manifest a change in body appearance even. Now, I am really, really good at changing my body appearance, and it is effortless for me to do that. And the reason why it is more effortless for me to do that is because, guess what? I love myself. So why would I want to tell a story about myself that is unwanted? Why would I want to have a thought about myself that is unwanted? Well, I wouldn't, would I? Because I love myself exactly as I am. Does it mean that I'm perfect? No, but I'm okay with that. So how I'm going to be able to share with you how you can manifest a change in body appearance is going to be very, very short, sweet, and to the point. Number one, fall in love with yourself. Become your best friend. Love yourself inside out, upside down. Doesn't mean that you've got to accept everything about yourself in a way that you are in love with every part of yourself, but you've got to like every part of yourself. Because if you want to be loved and accepted exactly as you are, you have to love and accept yourself exactly as you are. You know, whether you've got a bit of cellulite, whether you're a little bit heavy, whether you're a little bit thin, whether you've got big boobs, small boobs, a big nose, a small nose, whether you've got chunky legs, skinny legs, it doesn't, you know, a big belly, a small belly, whatever it is. Maybe whatever it is, maybe you don't even like your face. Maybe you don't think you're pretty or handsome. Whatever it is going to be your job through self-love. And I talk a lot about this in my Becoming Natalie dance series, how I fell in love with myself. I became my best friend. You know, I no longer need for the things that I used to need. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't mind having them, but I don't need for it because I'm in a place of loving who I am. I became my best friend and I became enough for me. And that happened over time. That is through a diligence of practice of loving myself. The more you have a strong, solid foundation within, the more you can love and accept yourself fully, the easier manifesting is. It really is the foundation to manifesting anything you desire because you are coming from a place of love. Okay, so I wanted to make that clear. And again, you do know I've got a variety of self-love workshops, self-love programs. You can have time with me, my Radiate Confidence workshops, my Become Chosen Prioritize workshops. I've got so much down there for you that if you do need any more guidance, then have a look at that. So manifesting a change in body appearance. Number one, you need to fall in love with yourself. It's going to be so much easier when you do that. So you want to create a solid platform in here. Number two, a part of falling in love with yourself is accepting yourself fully. You know, if you're extremely overweight, for example, you still need to accept that because, you know, you're somebody and you're worthy of being accepted, no matter how big or small you are, tall, short you are, it doesn't matter, you know, but you have to love yourself for then to experience the love and the effortless changes that will follow. So that's number one. Number two is, what is the story? Now you're in a place of loving yourself and accepting yourself fully. What is the story that you tell about yourself, about your body, about how you look, about your hips, your legs, your arms, your feet, your cheeks, your hair, your, you know, stomach, your breasts, your, you know, whatever it is. So what is the story that you tell about yourself? Write it down. Are you speaking to yourself kindly? Or do you look at yourself in the mirror and say things like, no one's ever going to want me because I'm ugly, or I'm fat, or I've got a big belly, or I've got stretch marks, or, you know, my skin's all cellulite, or, you know, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm ugly, I'm just, yeah. Or maybe it's an area of your body, maybe you think your bum's too big. What is it that you tell a story about? Because let me tell you this. I'll give you some examples. Two men in my past. I used to have an issue about my thighs, and being chunky, because I was a bit of a chunky girl when I was growing up. Not massive, but I loved my food. I was just a little bit chunky. That was all. I loved my food so much. And I used to have, I was probably about 17, 18. I had like chunkier thighs. And I know it's probably quite hard for you to believe that, because you see what, how small I am now, but it's true. And I remember having a boyfriend, and I always felt like this about my thighs for a really long time, but I remember having a boyfriend after I got divorced. And I remember I was just getting out of the bath, and he was in the bathroom, and he just looked at me and he said something like, "Oh, you don't have legs of an instructor." Oh my God, it hurts so much. But guess where that came from? Guess where that came from? Well, it came from me. That was my inner script. That was my inner dialogue. And this is where everyone as you pushed out comes in. Because what you dominantly believe about yourself, people will reflect that to you. So if you believe you're ugly, I mean, I've had clients before that believe they're really ugly and they're not. And they've had people go up to their faces saying, "God, you're ugly." I mean, my God, that shit's got to hurt. That's got to hurt. But you have to know it's coming from a place of you not loving yourself and accepting yourself fully, and that can change. And yes, it was not very pleasant when I heard what I heard, and I didn't know the answer. I didn't know why that was being said. I just thought it was an absolute dickhead. And I thought it wasn't enough. And maybe if I just lost more weight, maybe if I just, but it wasn't anything to do with that. I just had to change the story, There was another incident, I may have shared this with you before in another video, where I was with a different boyfriend, and I was just putting my gym kit on because I used to teach exercise classes, and I was going to teach an exercise class, and he looked at me and he said, "Oh, you don't really have a bum of an instructor, do you?" Again, it was all about being an instructor. And I was just like, I'll let you fill in the blank. But the fact is that I had issues about my bum too. And I did. And that's why it was reflected to me. When you don't show up loving yourself, respecting yourself, valuing yourself, accepting yourself fully, it doesn't mean you have to be best friends with everything, But when you don't show up loving yourself fully and respecting yourself and valuing yourself, that will get reflected to you. And that's why having a solid foundation, a self-love practice, is so important. And why, when you're in a place of fully loving yourself and just accepting yourself, just accepting, this is who I am, this is what I am right now, is so much easier then to manifest from, because you're seeing your worth, you're seeing your value, you're seeing who you are. It's easier to tell the story of what it is you want then, for example. So I really have kind of shrunk a little bit more. And I think it was probably back in May. And I was just feeling, I just felt like I wanted to. And I just thought I'd actually do this as a bit of fun as well. So I decided saying, I've effortlessly lost 5 pounds. I've effortlessly lost 5 pounds. Isn't it amazing how I've effortlessly lost 5 pounds and how easy it is for me to lose weight? And I effortlessly then actually lost 5 pounds. Well, actually, I don't know whether it was 5 pounds or not, because I don't weigh myself, because I used to have a really bad problem with food, and I choose not to put a number onto my worth, but I just used 5 pounds as an example. So I was like, no, I've effortlessly lost 5 pounds, and I know I've lost around about that because my clothes are super loose. And I would then tell the story that my clothes are super loose. Now, obviously, if there is somebody watching this and you do have an issue with food, I know about that. But if you do need specialist help about your weight, then please go to a doctor or a specific therapist. Whilst I can, through a process, guide you away from thinking the way that you think, which is all around not feeling good enough when we have problems with food, whether that's eating too much or not eating enough. I can guide you with that. But if you do need specific specialist advice and you're in dire straits at the moment, then you know what to do. Okay. There's so much help out there. And like I said, I can help but there's a level that then maybe it might be somebody else that needs to step in. So just wanted to say that. Okay. I've lost my thread now. So basically, yeah, so I was just saying, I effortlessly lose weight. I lose weight so easily. It doesn't even matter what I eat. I just lose weight really easily and effortlessly. Now, I do generally have a very healthy diet anyway. But like, last night I had some pizza with friends, and the night before I had some chocolate with some friends. And, but generally 99% of the time my diet is really healthy. But the fact is I have lost weight and I have done it effortlessly. And I have enjoyed the process, and my clothes are looser for me. So what did I do there? I consistently told the story that I was somebody that lost weight easily. That was it. It's easy for me to lose weight. It's easy for me to lose weight. It's easy for me to lose weight. My clothes are really loose for me. My clothes are getting actually a little bit so loose that I need to go kind of take them in a little bit, or a lot. So, and actually that is kind of what's happening with my clothes as well. Like this dress, for example, you can't see it, but at the back, this kind of, I don't know if I can show you, if I can stand up. I haven't worn this dress for a while, but you can see like it's like hanging down. And I have already had this dress taken in before because it was too big. And I haven't worn this dress in a very long time, and it never used to be like that, I can tell you. So another proof that, and this has just been over the last couple of months. I just tell myself that story. I've also had, with regards to what I do as well, is I focus on the area that I want to improve on in my body. So whether it is about your stomach, I'll give you an example of what I do and say about my body. So I will tell a story about my entire body. And I've actually had people saying to me on YouTube, are you telling yourself that you're getting prettier and prettier? Well, I am telling myself that, because why not? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I want to tell myself that? So I tell myself that I'm getting prettier and prettier. I tell myself that I'm stunningly beautiful inside and out. And I tell myself I have the most gorgeous, sexy, stunning toned legs. I have the most beautiful, incredible skin. I have the most amazing, glowing, youthful looking skin on my face, and my face is looking more youthful and younger every single day. I tell myself that I'm timeless, that I am timeless and youthful. I tell myself I have the most incredible toned abs, that I have the most amazing peachy butt, that my butt is so pert and peachy and just so, I tell myself that because that's, I accept my butt for what it is, but I want my butt to be that. So I tell myself that story. I tell myself how I have a sexy, stunning, gorgeous, banging body, how I effortlessly lose weight, that I'm looking so that I easily have created this body, that I have the most amazing glowing skin like a teenager's, that my skin is so plump and firm and smooth and taut like a teenager's. I tell myself that story. And therefore, and you obviously have seen my pictures if you follow me on Instagram, or obviously some of the pictures that I post on this community, not just in here, but obviously on my YouTube channel, that it's true. In my eyes, it's true. So therefore, everyone is you pushed out. So then I'm going to think that, my thoughts create. So you're going to think the same, that it is true. And you can just look back on my old YouTube videos as well to see. It's true. So when you consistently tell the story, I'm actually going to do this as a subscriber channel video as well. But when you consistently tell the story of what you want, no matter what that is, it will have to harden into fact. I was watching an Aaron video a while ago, and he was talking about, obviously Jennifer Lopez looking absolutely stunning, timeless and youthful. What does she say? Well, she says she's timeless and youthful. What do I say? I have never felt and looked so good, by the way, in my entire life. And I remain diligent with these stories. I remain diligent. I've not had any work done on my body. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with that. If you want to have work done, remember, love yourself first. So you're not doing it to get validation, but love yourself first. Fall in love with who you are first and see your true you. And then if you still want to get the work done, then get the work done. That's my recommendation. You don't have to listen to that, by the way. But, there's so many people, like, look at Oprah. What the hell is she telling herself at the moment? She's looking fabulous, fabulous. She's lost weight. She's going on hikes. Her skin looks amazing. Her hair. Now, I think they're weaves that she wears, but she looks stunning. She looks incredible. Look at how some of these people are aging. They're aging in a way that they're telling themselves they are timeless and youthful. You've got to, if you want to become the version of you that is timeless and youthful, that has glowing skin like a 20-year-olds or teenagers, that loses weight effortlessly, that has the most incredible arse, the most incredible abs, your core, the most incredible breasts, whatever it is, arms, definition, whatever it is, seeing yourself as the most beautiful, stunningly beautiful woman in the world, seeing yourself as the most stunningly beautiful, handsome man in the world, seeing yourself as looking prettier, more youthful and more gorgeous every single day. You've got to remain consistent with that story, no matter what you see in your 3D reality. And let me tell you something. The other day, I was out going to the grocery store, and my God, I had my hair down. I had like a bandeau kind of top on, and I had tracky bottoms on because it was a little bit England, a little bit chilly one evening. And I was just going to the shop, just minding my own business, finished a day of recording or doing coaching. And I am not joking. And this is something that I have not experienced. Now, whether it happens without me seeing it, I don't know. But I do know, obviously, because I'm everyone as you pushed out. So maybe it does happen. I believe it happens when I don't see it. But this was incredible. I'm not joking. I was literally ping, ping, but hearing like people's heads going ping, 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 ping at me. Now, whilst you think that might be the norm for me, let me tell you something. You need to watch my Becoming Natalie Dance series, because that was not the norm for me. The opposite. Because it's not about actually this. It's about what you tell yourself you are. Remember that. It's not about this. It's what you tell yourself you are. So you tell yourself you're ugly, people are going to think that you're ugly. If you tell yourself that you're disgustingly fat, then people are going to think you're a disgusting, lazy, fat slob, for example. If you tell yourself that you are, you're too tall to be in a loving relationship, then you're too tall to be in a loving relationship. If you tell yourself you have horrible legs, then you will get this stuff reflected back to you and how people speak to you, because they can only follow what is you tell yourself. Okay. And when you are creating this new version of you, the version of you and the body that you want, the face that you want, and things like that, it is you becoming the version of you that is that. Whatever that is that you're wanting, that is that. Okay. And the more you do that, the less you're going to be pulled over here in the old way that you used to see yourself. The more you're going to be over here, the more you're going to feel the shift within, and you're going to get the validation outside of you. And you're not even going to need the validation. But I swear to God, when I was at the grocery store, I swear to God, I was walking to the grocery store. It's just a small one. We call it Tesco's Express in the UK. And I swear to God, these men's heads, they were like, ping, ping, ping. And then they were looking at me, no, they're looking at each other going like that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to give myself a high five for that. So, I was like, and it was quite funny because I was like, oh my God, have I got bird poo on my head or something? And, you just, because I hadn't had, and it was just so many men. And they were literally just like, I was like, shit. Have my zip undone? No, I'm wearing tracksuit bottoms. Of course, I don't even have a zip. So, magnetism, radiating confidence, walking in your own skin, walking in your own shoes confidently, loving yourself, a solid foundation within, telling the story of how you see yourself, of how you want to be. The changes will happen. You have to ignore what you currently see, and you have to ignore anything out there. So when you're looking in the mirror, looking at yourself, maybe do this naked or with your underwear on, it's your choice. Accept the way you are. Just accept it. Accept it. I accept the way I am, and I'm going to fall in love with myself more every single day, just as I am. And then when you're in a place of really accepting and you're not having those contradictory thoughts of how, ugly you are, or how overweight you are, or how big your belly is, or this, that, or the other, and you're only telling the story of what you want, my God, transformations will happen. You have to give it time. Remember, you have to give it time. This state is going to want to pull you back. This state is where you want to be. So it's remaining diligent. And I just tell myself these affirmations every day. I'm timeless. I'm youthful. I'm stunningly beautiful. I'm one of the most stunningly beautiful, most prettiest women in the world, with a sexy, stunning, gorgeous, banging body. Yeah, turning heads and receiving compliments everywhere I go. Lose weight effortlessly. Clothes are loose. Got the most incredible figure. My skin is incredibly youthful looking and plump and toned, and most incredible abs. My arse is peachy and pert and just gorgeous. I've got those incredible breasts. Whatever it is, this is what I do. So you have to choose what it is. Honestly, I'm looking younger and more youthful and more gorgeous and more sexy and more stunning, stunningly beautiful every single day. And that gets easier to say the more you have a solid foundation within. Years ago, no. I couldn't have done that. But I can now, effortlessly. So there you go. Love you too. Love yourself, which will then create a belief of this is who I am and I'm accepting that. I've got my self-love workshop, my Radiate Confidence workshop. Both of them are incredibly, incredibly powerful. Yeah, all of the stuff I do obviously is powerful, but you know, with regards to this, incredibly powerful. Start to love yourself, start to fall in love with exactly as you are, exactly who you are. And then let's change the story, change that story. This is who I want to be. This is how I want my body to be. Change that story. But remember, like I said, guys, I'm just going to re-emphasize this. Whilst I can help guide people with eating issues, if it's to a level where I feel that you would need more professional help, then, but I have been able to change the way people think about their bodies. I've been able to change the way people think about themselves fully. So again, like another video I recorded, circumstances do not matter. So whether you've struggled with weight, whether you've struggled with feeling good enough, pretty enough, handsome enough, whatever it is, you have to look at what your story currently is, and you've got to stop it. You want to flip to the new story. And like I said, it's easier to do this when you are in a place of truly seeing your worth and value and loving yourself. Okay. There you go. That's it for me today, guys. Well done.